Of Just Some Guardians is brought to you by Audible. Air holes with lots of audiobook glory. Then head on over to audibletrial.com/justssomeguardians to sign up for a free 30-day trial. Once you've signed up, you can download and listen to some of the top-selling books available today. The book is a new science fiction romance called Oops, I Didn't Mean to Shoot You in the Face by esteemed writer Mike Litteris. Two star-dotted lovers on a journey to become the best space pirates in the galaxy. Wonderful until one fateful day when the tall one decides to shoot the overly bearded one in the face. Just kill you. Shipment of space minerals lost and the ship itself floating through the void. The two lovers must traverse the greatest space disaster known to mankind. To each other for 2 weeks. Messages are shared. Space romance novels narrated by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And want to know how the two space lovers alone, with their silly alpha level antics, sing up for a 30-day free trial. audibletrial.com/justssomeguardians and get to listening. And now, enjoy this episode of Just Some Guardians.
That was an ad read.
Could you tell?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 83 of Just Some Guardians. I'm going to warn you guys from the top of the show. Probably about 89% of us, that is a good ratio, solid math, are extremely tired, slap happy, and the topic of the night shall venture forth perfectly, parallel alongside the same railroad track of what I'm saying, which makes sense in a sentence, period. I think I nailed that one.
Got it.
I think that was
What?
it. Yeah.
I stopped paying attention halfway through, so honestly, you guys
So did I. So did
he
I.
dies, and that's all that I'm. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds great.
We did it together, though.
So I'm ELMMERFUDD. Hey, how are you guys? Thank you for stopping by Just Some Guardians. Twitch.tv/Just Some Guardians, Thursday nights, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Or whatever the hell time we happen to start today. It's great. Be here. Love you. Cherish you. Kisses, tennis player. Joining me tonight.
It's the effervescent Russell.
Baby.
And the I forgot it again.
Damn it.
The
So
damn
did
it.
I.
Gunbait 101. Yeah.
Delicious.
I don't remember. I should write it down.
Voluptuous.
Sorry.
Yeah, do it over again, bitch.
The voluptuous Gunbait 101.
That's much better. Thank you.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. I'm here for you. What's going on, you two?
Russell, you go first.
Though, add in the ad read. Definitely throw in words up as I was reading it, or were they just typos?
I think you just read it wrong. I'm sure it was written perfectly.
I was following. There were a couple misreads fired up in there.
So sign up for 30. I mean, you could sing for a 30-day trial. I don't know if Audible would let
But
you do that.
that's why you get Audible, so you don't have misreads because you just listen to it. So
Yeah.
Things,
good
because look, sing up for a 30-day free trial.
No.
yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. There's a
Yeah.
jingle.
Yeah.
Well, now I know.
Cocaine Gum has a jingle.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
A few of them.
Yeah. Hey, so we have a guest, guys. I think this is his fourth? No, I'm pretty sure this is his fourth time here. Guys, it's that piece of shit Reeb.
Hey.
Hey.
You're so kind. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I've been better.
Yeah. Question
Just
for you
had
though
four
before
tacos, you know?
Obviously, we know it's been better than it now is.
before we get into it, Reeb, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
I mean, Russell, I guess this is open to you as well. Have you guys stubbed your toe recently?
Yes.
Oh,
Have I subbed it recently?
Yeah.
No.
okay, that's fine.
My toes, because I have ingrown toenails really bad.
Here we go.
Even like you hit it, and it'll hurt for like days.
Ugh, does it bleed? Is there just pus everywhere? As far as the eye can see.
What does it smell like?
Take a picture.
Pus,
I honestly don't even know what an ingrown toenail is.
toenail curls around and digs into the skin underneath your toe.
Cut your nails.
I do.
Cut your nails.
Like a gargoyle? It's like you just
No, actually, ingrown toenails actually not only curl over, but on the sides where they jut outward, they actually dig into the rolls of the skin that rolls up on the nail. I don't have them personally. I know of people who do.
They're like
rolls of
Russell.
skin.
Yeah.
One of them that looks like this. It like comes in completely as a curly Q and just
Oh.
it's real bad.
Like
And
Goliath?
that leads us perfectly into what we're talking about this week. The human body. Modern miracles? No.
Body awakens. Will begin to firm.
So this is the part where we usually ask what everyone's been up to, but we've all been up to the exact same thing, which leads us into what we're talking about, guys. Fucking Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online.
Mhm.
Huge update just happened this last week.
Huge.
Yeah.
Ginormous. Almost.
It's the Insomniac update.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
True.
We are paying so badly
That
for
is
it right
very
now.
true. I am.
It may have been a
hurting.
free update, but we're paying.
It cost
I've
us a
lost
lot.
years of my actual life.
Not worth it. You can sit there and do it for hours.
Absolutely.
There's no stopping.
It's nuts. But so we've all been playing a shit ton of it. We all have so many stories, things we want to hit on, including each other. You guys have really nice eyes, by the way.
So do you.
Want to rub my balls against Reeb's?
The bristles there? Yeah. Or the tennis player poster.
Both.
Both? Yeah.
He's
I
a
want
good
to
tennis player.
wear the
but
poster as a shirt.
was.
So Reeb.
Oh, there you go. Go to YouTube.
Yeah, go to YouTube.
So, so the big things that happened with this update, a lot of little quality of life things, but so 3 big roles were added, and to make this easier for you, the listener, if you're not aware, each one of these individuals, Reeb, Gunbait, and Russell, we're going to cover each individual role, which will lead us into said conversation about these and everything that's happened. So let's start with the primary colors. Thank you. That's really. Could you spin the wheel for me, please?
Yeah.
And we're landing on
Looks like a non-prime.
non-prime would be Russell
Yellow-orange.
talking about the what, Russ?
Congratulations.
Tur.
The what?
Tur.
Tur.
Am I cutting in and out?
Yeah, you should
You
probably
sure
lean.
are,
You
buddy.
should lean forward.
What's the tur?
This make it better.
Yeah, because that's how microphones work. It's crazy.
I'm sitting. Look. This is the
Yeah, keep hitting it against the desk, please.
This is the distance at which I am sitting.
You need some of this?
Away from it.
Yeah.
No.
The no. We're a mess. Russ is gonna tell us about the bounty hunter.
Yeah. So, bounty hunter. But So I really enjoy. So there are a few things that you get when you join the Bounty Hunter. First of all, unless you've hooked up your Twitch Prime subscription, gold bars up with a license. You buy into it. Cool things. I mean, about all of the roles is that you get a little bit of gold for each mission that you complete. So like, I mean, every time you complete a bounty hunter mission, you get like 0.6 or 0.7 gold. But it adds up pretty quickly over time, especially if you're doing a couple of different roles at one time. But anyway, so the bounty hunter, I mean, first of all, you meet this really badass chick.
Oh, yes.
Rolls into town during like this cutscene with a bounty hunter wagon, which is one of the new things that you can acquire. And it's basically a prison wagon, and she starts dragging guys out of it. And so that's how you get introduced to being a bounty hunter. So basically what you can do is at every town, every railroad station, every post office, what you can do is you can go and look at their bounty board, because there's like a bulletin board there. What are you drinking? Salsa? Okay, then.
Go on.
We just drank down some salsa.
Go to YouTube. So you can acquire bounties, and then basically what's done is you're tasked with going and taking out. It's usually a huge gang of people to get to a very specific bounty. Sometimes what they have you do is they have you go to a location and wait for them to show up. So you find like a scouting position. In others, you have to chase down a train. I have no idea what's going on or why everybody is giggling so bad.
No,
Chasing down a train.
Yeah, chasing down a train.
Chase down a train, chase down a wagon caravan, or just go to a place and shoot the whole place up. And then once you turn them in, you can bring them in alive or dead. And then once you bring them in, you get some money, usually about $7 to $10 a pop, and then you get a certain amount of gold, which is usually like less than 1 gold. What the hell is happening?
No one knows.
Oh, just okay.
Have you been able to figure out if it's like what the difference is between alive and dead? Like what the reward?
I brought a few people because sometimes, especially with like the caravans or the trains, it's really hard. Like you have to be really paying attention to not kill the bounty.
Yeah.
Because you've got like somewhere between 10 and 15 guys running around with him, and it's not like you fight your way to the guy. He's kind of running around in this mishmash as well. And like with the caravan, sometimes usually he's sitting like shotgun with somebody else. So you can really easily accidentally shoot the person. And in one circumstance, I shot the oil tanker that they had. And
Went well.
Yeah.
So blew it up, and then I collected a burned husk of a corpse and threw it on the back of my horse. And when I brought it in, the sheriff is like, "That's the ugliest body I've ever seen. I can identify them," and gave me the money. It's like
This could be him.
Yeah. Well, just do a dental check.
A woman, like whatever. It was like $1 or $2. The difference is like $1 or $2.
There's incentive to bring dead ones back.
Is there?
What's the
If you look on
incentive?
the rewards, there's if you get like it's a ton, like 10, 50, 100, 150 belt buckles.
Yeah. So there's a belt buckle for if you bring them back alive, and then if you bring them back dead. And so like you.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, the difference is like $1 or $2. It's
Yeah.
not significant. And they even say it's a slight difference, but it's a much bigger challenge to bring them back alive,
Which I enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, and so because like they'll slip off of your horse if you don't like, especially if you don't have the reinforced lasso. But the coolest thing, so being able to go and have something to do, to actually a reason to go and shoot people up, is fun enough. But also, the thing that I love about the Bounty Hunter are all the collectibles that you can get along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because, in my opinion, they have some of the coolest gear that you can get. Like, even the first gear set that's like this buttoned up coat with tails and like this high collar. Freaking awesome. And
Oh, it
then
looks amazing. The hat that came with it, I use that. I just use the hat for everything now. I
Yeah, me
love that
too.
hat.
Yeah, that hat is freaking sweet. And I love how it comes down over one eye
I know
instead of
something about hats, and I think I have the best hat in the game.
for your character. I'll give you that.
Well, my character's dead, Russell. You do not know my new character.
What? You got rid of Stinky?
Stinky died.
Stinky is no more.
He ate too many rats.
What? Okay.
That is the story.
Yeah.
That's the story.
So they get some of the coolest gear. The Schofield is my favorite revolver to use. And they have a skin for the revolver that's freaking sweet with like skulls on it, and
It's like that red-black thing going on.
Design. Very, very cool. The saddle, I went and got the belt buckle from Madame Zana.
With the skull and the snakes.
The skull and the snake coming out of the skull's mouth.
I got that one too. That was amazing.
Awesome. And then their saddle has that same kind of gold, black, red motif going on with lots of skulls and snakes. And they have a ring that they get that's a skull with like a snake coming out of the mouth. Very,
zirconia.
Yeah.
It's not real.
It
I got a
reminds me a lot
Walmart
of
for $12.
the Death Eater symbol, with the
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very cool. Then eventually you can get a prison wagon. Also, you get different things where you can because if you double tap the L1 button when you're putting your revolver away, it'll spin it. And the unlocks that you get are several different. You can spin the two. You can basically different tricks that you can do with the revolvers. Shut up, Reeb.
Yeah, I just unlocked the first one today, and it's like I'm just walking around spinning one gun for like 20 minutes. It's like,
yeah, no, it's funny that you said that, Russell, because every time I looked around, it was just Fudd going like, and I'm just sitting here with my basic one, just going, just right into my holster.
So I'd go stand right next to him, just be like, hey, check this out. Don't know if you saw this the last 10 times. Hey.
Be like holding his rifle, just showing off. It's like a band instructor.
That you've already gotten to that, because I've sunk hours in, and I am just barely getting to where I'm at.
That's the most grueling of the three.
What rank are you at in Bounty Hunter right now?
Rank 5, I think.
Oh, you should have it. Yeah.
And once you go to 6 is when you actually, because what it does is it fills up. The next rank is when you.
Oh, maybe I'm 6. I thought I was only 5.
So do you? So
the more you know.
On those gun moves, is that an immediate unlock, or is that like you use a blue token, it's unlocked, you don't have to buy it from anywhere, like from the emote section or anything?
Have to use a token to unlock it.
Really?
Yeah, it just happens.
Just like boom, congratulations. It took 7,000 bounties to get to level 5.
Because that's the other thing. So you have progression unlocks that automatically unlock.
Mm-hmm.
Tokens that you purchase, like the saddle, the horse, the outfit, the different things. And one of the cool things that also you get to unlock is the ability to duck when riding a horse. Fire. They've got some really cool combat.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's way cool.
And look through all the unlocks.
Is that like duck while you're like getting shot at on one side and you can still shoot, kind of thing?
Oh, that's way cool.
Normally you ride like this. What it shows you.
Yeah.
Down low, and you're able to duck away from gunfire.
I want. If they're doing stuff like that, it'd be sweet to get like, how like in some westerns they're right on the side of their horse.
Oh yeah, and just like shooting over.
Or like hiding.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Shooting underneath, bam, bam. Ride backwards.
Sweet. You couldn't do that on Jay's horse because it has the legs are about that
That's
long.
Your feet are dragging off the ground when you're riding that
Exactly.
horse. So.
It's like, you know, when you go to the playground.
It's a Flintstones kind of horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to the playground, you get on the swing set, and it's not really high enough, so you just kind of like, yeah.
That's the Breton.
I would get if you're planning on doing bounty hunter is the reinforced lasso.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do?
So much easier. It's a stronger lasso. To tie
It's reinforced.
people up. I don't know why you asked.
For the listener, I'm doing my job.
For people to break out.
Can you get out of it? Someone said you could get out of it. Someone said you couldn't.
Yes, actually. Go ahead, Russ.
We did science lab.
Yeah.
Get out of it longer.
It takes forever to try to get out of it.
I mean,
Yeah,
you did. Did you guys do science user?
We did science, yeah.
On each other. So
A lot of science on each other.
Too much science.
So much science, but there was science everywhere after we were done. But
Yeah.
Didn't even make it through the whole,
no,
hypothesis.
I ranked up enough to get the reinforced lasso. That was really my only concern of just getting to that point, and that's all I did essentially. But I lassoed Elmer, and just basically just having him on the ground, and I didn't hog tie him. It took almost a minute just to get when you have to hit. I think it's square.
That's stamina.
It took almost a minute just to get up to a quarter of the circle.
Oh wow.
It was not. I was just like, I'm gonna break this square button before I even get halfway out of this
pretty
stupid
bad
lasso.
Pressing buttons fast.
I am. I was using my nose. You know, it took a long time. Yeah. Hoping it stuck.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Please get out 3 or 4 times with the regular lasso.
Exactly.
One bounty escape once with the reinforced lasso.
You
It's
keep punching him in the face.
Yeah.
Have you seen the bolas yet? Has anybody seen the bolas?
I haven't seen him in use yet, no, but I really want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see the if it's a new animation or if it's just another lasso with just the stuff in the ends or anything.
I would assume it's probably the same animation because it's there, and then you actually just instead of it's probably the exact same throwing animation as the lasso. There's just nothing in your hands, and it goes woo.
It probably like auto hog ties or something.
Probably.
Like,
could you imagine if it actually flung out of your hand though?
Yeah,
I think that's the way it works.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed. But like, that's why I was wondering if if they're bringing in that item and it's a full new animation, even though it's technically like a tier, basic lasso reinforced in that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So hopefully we can see it soon to see if it's an actual throwable item. But yeah, not just I pushed a button and he just fell over in the distance. It's magic.
Lots of cool things. Lots of cool things. The bounty hunter has my favorite unlockables, but that's it.
Okay. Well, let's go down real quick. What's just in the bounty hunter? We'll go around and we'll do favorite unlock in the bounty hunter, and then we'll all just tell a bounty hunting story because we know all of us have a bounty hunting story.
One
to start with, yeah. So your favorite item you can unlock, Russ?
Item that you can unlock. Schofield skin. Schofields.
Mm-hmm.
Those are sweet, yeah.
Man. Or the gun belt. I don't know. There's lots of them.
I only gave you one option, Russ. Yeah.
Gosh, can't even follow. God.
And give me a story.
A story. Okay.
Yeah.
I've made notes.
Is that a Palm Pilot?
Yes, it is.
God, I miss Palm Pilots.
I wish it was a Palm Pilot. Those things were amazing.
They were so good.
Remember the handspring visor? It was a knockoff of the Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
But you can. It was all the same software. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the one that I have for a bounty. So I'm. One I didn't write in character. The other ones I did write in character. Write this one down. It just happened like last night. First of all, this guy on a train.
Oh.
Catching up to those trains can sometimes be a real pain in the rear, especially if you're like picking up the bounty from like Annisburg or Van Horn. The train always spawns up in the top of the map where the mountains are.
And the little teeny tunnels you can't fit through, yeah.
I'm riding up there, and I'm trying to get to the train as fast as I can. Get to a point to where I can't get up anymore because my horse keeps sliding back down. So I'm like trying to make my way down easy, and the horse just it slides, and then it goes over like this short like hop down face first, go tumbling down the side of this mountain. Has to be revived. So I get back to the horse. I revive the horse. I finally get to where I'm chasing down the train through, that big long tunnel.
Yeah, where it's like pitch black.
Super long, pitch black tunnel. Okay, I'm gonna just follow it along the train tracks. So I'm following it along the train tracks. I go into this tunnel. I'm like, once in a while, I'm like seeing like the end of the tunnel. What is that blocking the end of the tunnel? And I finally catch up to the train. Is the moral of the story? I ride up. At the caboose, and so I know that there's a guy there because I see the flash of him shooting at me as I'm coming up behind the train.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm like furiously pressing the R2 button to do the execution. So I come up under his chin and boom, blow his head off, and then I duck around the corner so that I'm using of them to be able to see him to peek out and shoot him. So I'm coming around the train. I hop up. I come over. I crouch down. I'm shooting down in the cart. Finally, I get the dude. Just the shootout on the train. It was freaking awesome.
Oh my god, yeah! In that dark tunnel.
Health is like this. Died.
That tunnel is amazing. Just fighting around it.
Oh, so I finally I get the guy. I actually managed to tie him up instead of killing him, which are in the middle of the dark.
You're just that good.
Train comes out of the tunnel, and I climb up over the coal, and I run and I jump on the guy that's always in the engineer car, and then
conductor.
Or the engineer.
because there's a shooter and then there's a conductor. Because there's a guy driving the train and then there's a shooter. Anyway, so I come down and I like slam the guy in the face, and then when he's on the ground, I shoot him, and then I throw the conductor out of the window, and he like tumbles down the mountain because I'm in the middle of the mountains. So I throw the brakes on the train, and I go back and I collect the guy, throw him on the back of my horse. My horse has this much health
Because it just fell down a mountain.
because it
He's
jumped.
all right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like, geez, let's get. And I've got to go all the way to Annisburg, and I'm almost into Amberino. And so I hop on the horse and I'm starting riding away. And it was before I had the reinforced lasso, which was like, this was the bounty that was like, that's it. I don't care what it takes. I'm getting that stupid reinforced lasso immediately. So I throw him on the back of my horse and I'm riding away, and he gets away like 3 or 4 times, and it's always when 2 of his gang members are coming in. So they shoot the horse out from underneath me. We go sliding. Luckily he survives, but they kill me. And I'm like, yeah. So I respawn and I come running back. I have to rope him again and hog tie him and throw him on the back of the horse. I swear it took like 15, 20 minutes. And
Oh my god.
Lindsay, and it was like, it was at a point where I was trying to wrap up because Lindsay and I had something that we had to go and do. So I'm anticipating like 10, 15 minutes for this mission. It takes like 20 or 30.
That's how it always goes.
And I'm so close to just shooting the guy in the head. I'm just like, no. All right.
You're better than this. You're better than this.
So I finally come in and I throw him into the cell. And it's funny because I throw him into the cell and then he falls off of the bed because he's still wrong time. And I walk out and I collect my money. That's my bounty hunter story.
That's awesome. So you got the reinforced lasso now, right?
I got the reinforced lasso after that mission.
Yeah.
I went and did trader missions until I had enough to be able to purchase that lasso.
I really wish Rockstar would fix the getting the old lasso out of your inventory.
Oh yeah, you can put
Come
it in
on
your
now.
actual weapons locker or whatever.
You're not using the wrong one. All right, Reeb, hit me with the bounty hunter story.
I think my favorite / worst bounty hunting story was with you. I think both of you possibly. We were in Valentine. We picked one up, and it was a train.
It's always a train.
It was like already at Rhodes, and it was flying. And by the time we got to the train, it was just stopped at Saint Denis. And all the guys were just kind of like hanging out around. They're like guarding the train, but nothing's really happening. And then we get there, we start killing them all, and then the train goes like immediately. Like they know that we're about to be there. The conductor's like, oh shit.
There it is.
Turns on the gas, starts going. It got like on the far side of Saint Denis by the time we cleared it all, stopped the train, got the guy. We had to go all the way back to Valentine. I think, it ended up being 3 minutes on the clock left. We were just horse tranquilizing the whole time, trying to
just stabbing our horses. Go, run, make it.
But that's happened. The train thing that happened to us with Fudd today too. Just a similar kind of story. We get to the station right by Rhodes, and it's just stopped, and they're just like hanging out at the station, and it takes off, but like half the crew is still at the station, so there was like really nobody on the train. The guys were just at the station shooting at us. So those the train ones are so fun.
Oh, they're like getting in a gunfight on the way and then jumping on and then continuing.
Yep.
Then you have to go through and stop the train. Yes, it's the best feeling. Right, Gunbait, what do you got?
Oh, I was just gonna say, what's your favorite item that came out of the loot or the rewards? I should say.
Oh yeah, for the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did buy the snake belt thing with the snake on the
Oh, the buckle, yeah, I think it's sweet.
Yep. But I got it black and gold, so it's a very specific design for like an outfit that you want to pick.
Yeah.
There's the more muted kind, with the browns, but yeah, it's that, but functionally, I mean, obviously the lasso. And I'm excited for the bolus. Those are what I really want from that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I will go. I'll start off with my favorite item. It is also the lasso because Elmer knows that that's one of my favorite hunting methods now.
Yes,
I wanted to actually, I want to try it with the animals. So in time, I haven't had a chance to try it on animals yet, but I will. My hunting story. I will. My bounty hunting story involves just Elmer from last night. I came from a games. I took this approach because it was one of my first bounties that I took up because I just started the role, and I was just working my way through Trader completely and got that finished now. But I'm now moving on to bounty hunter. I'm just doing one at a time, just enjoying the update.
Wait. Hold on. Pause.
Double pause.
Okay.
Completed the entire, you're distinguished.
Yeah, I'm level
Trader?
20 trader.
How much time have you been putting into
We
this?
all are.
we're all level 20 trader.
Slapped.
Yeah, we all are distinguished.
Look
mean-
at my eyes.
You guys are all distinguished at trading?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a question. I wonder if you level up faster working in a posse individually.
Well, once one of us got the different, the hunting wagon and that,
And
you
then
can
the
just hammer
medium
through,
trade
help each
wagon,
other,
yeah.
just blow through stuff.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because, I'm doing both at the same time. Only from the trader.
Yeah, and we mostly just we went trader.
And
That's
being
it.
able to fill up that stuff so fast, your resupply missions fill up fast, and you get a ton of experience from resupply missions.
Okay, that makes sense. Because going and doing the supply missions and trading and stuff like that, it's intense. Why haven't you guys invited me?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I have.
About rape.
Yeah, right. I played you 4 days in a row.
I'm sorry. I know, and I feel terrible. I saw you on today. I was like,
Boy,
man,
there's
I just-
nothing like somebody sniping my story. I tell you right.
Isn't
Sorry,
that great?
sorry.
Isn't that great?
It's the greatest.
Then call everyone else out live on a show.
Oh my gosh.
Feels good.
Oh,
sorry.
before you go further in your show, the lasso thing, the very first thing I did in Red Dead, just story mode, was lasso a deer and try to ride it. It's the first thing I did. I'm like, this lasso is awesome. I bet I'm gonna try to ride that deer. Anyway,
You did ride a donkey though.
Yeah,
yes,
that did.
I raided a guy's wagon on a donkey. A user.
Okay, bounty
Okay.
story.
So I'll try to make this quick as possible. But so Elmer and I kind of took it in a Wildlands type method. Any of you that have played Ghost Recon Wildlands, you know that there's suspicion clouds of the enemies that you're going after. There's a little bit of that in Red Dead 2. Like you can see the little dots on your mini map where they're actually the way they're looking. Yeah. So basically, where the camp was, they're across the river from us. I told Elmer, I said, "Hey, do you want to play some Overwatch for me?" While I sneak up behind them, he's like, "Yeah, sure." So he's basically doing the sniping from a distance. I go around and come in from the other side of the camp. And basically, by the time I reached all the people were dead. And he's like, "That was awesome!"
It was so
just freaking
cool.
out. He was freaking out because usually the way we've been doing the missions is everybody just
Runs in.
scatters in and is like, "All right, kill everyone!"
That's
And but I thought we methodically went through and eliminated through. I killed a few people, and it was a pretty simple capture, and then delivered the guy, and it was just a lot of fun. And I'd like to actually approach more bounties like that.
Yeah, it was really
Gunbait's character comes out of the bushes all pumped up, ready to kill everything, and everything's dead.
It was so cool because it's like the middle of the night in the game. I have explosive rounds in my bolt action rifle. So it's just like you look through the scope, just going sparks glowing in the night. Just
General area explosive rounds.
cool.
Yeah, it was. Oh, that was awesome.
That's my story, but it was a good time though. And I've done a very small amount, but that's what I'm working on now. Is bounty hunting.
That's the grind. That's the grind so far. As far as
Yeah,
what
bounty
we've all
hunting
seen is that. Yeah.
That's a big round. You have to do like 300 bounties to get a rank.
Yeah, Russell. If you want up in trader, just focus on buying a hunting wagon and you'll be golden.
Yeah, it's so fast.
I want to buy a hunting wagon and then the larger wagon for trading.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Two things
at this
that I want to
at this
get
point,
from
I might
trader.
even like skip the medium wagon if you got the hunting wagon and you got a good posse. I don't know if you can. I think you can.
I think you can.
I think you can.
Yeah,
Try
you can.
it.
You buy them separate.
Because it's not. It's only like a couple hundred more than the medium wagon.
Yeah, I think it's the medium wagon was like 5,
Yeah, and
and the large one's like
almost 8.
7.5. I think. Yeah. We'll get to that. This is bounty hunting.
Yeah.
For me, God, favorite item in Bounty Hunter probably be on. I don't have it, but I'm really excited for the possibilities getting the bounty wagon
Yeah.
because I know one thing is when you reach a certain rank, you can actually get bounties on other players. If they get a $20 bounty on their heads, you can actually go and capture them. You put them in the wagon, they can't escape. And then I also know when you get the bounty wagon, you'll start getting bounties to like collect like 6 people at a time.
You can take the fight to the griefers.
Yeah.
Already run into a couple of bounties where it says to go in with a posse or a bounty wagon because it's 2 people.
Yeah, I've ran
Bounty
into the
is
2
for
people. Yeah, but yeah, when you get the wagon, it'll pop up like 5 or 6. It's crazy. That I want to do. You just chucking bodies in the wagon.
Yeah, shoveling coal.
Accidentally grabbed one where I had to get 2 people by myself, so I threw one on the horse and then just carried one. I'm running the whole way, and every time one of the guys came up, I turn around with a pistol as I'm running away.
We had one of those. This isn't my story, but I'm going to tell it real quick. We had one of those where we thought Reeb had taken both of them because he had a guy on the back of the horse and he rode past us with the guy on the lasso being dragged behind the horse. We're like, no, we need him alive. He's like, it's just some random guy.
Yeah, it was just some. It was.
Yeah, if you're not worried about them being alive or dead,
Dragged him to death.
just drag one.
Like in a window from like 5 to 10. Is that why I keep missing you guys, or because I'm not?
Let's just keep
gosh.
making this awkward. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
We've been playing on Xbox.
We had a
All right, it's out there.
conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it on the show. But yeah, we've been mainly barely missing each other, which leads me into my
5
story.
to 10 Eastern.
Usually, I usually before 5 or after 10 Central Time.
So Eastern.
Eastern time would be before 6 or after 11.
this is great.
No, yeah.
You know, I love in podcasts awkward pauses.
Yeah.
It's been what we've been playing extremely. Like I've been playing till like with them 3 a.m. Eastern.
Yep.
I don't know why I keep missing you guys then.
Okay, we've been over this, and
We talked about it
we'll
before the
explain-
pre-show.
and we'll explain it again after the show.
I know.
I don't want to give any
Yeah.
reasons why.
Great content.
Next time I'll pay attention.
Okay. Do you want to bring it up again,
400
or
invites popping up on Russell's?
yeah?
I don't know why I'm missing it. He's lassoing everybody.
Sorry. I just really want to play with you guys. That's all.
Yeah.
And
You
we
just-
want to play with you. Too.
Yeah. Just don't make it awkward
That's
on
why
the
we
show.
send you invites.
Yeah. So my story is the other day, right before we played with you, Russell.
Now, is that a victory sip?
That was indeed a victory sip. So it was like the bounty right before Russell got on. We did a bunch of stuff with him, and we had a lot of fun playing together, all of us, in a big group. Not too long ago, really. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I didn't get an invite. All right, sorry.
So tired.
That's fair. I deserve that.
Yeah. So we have this bounty. I think it was the crazy witch lady or whatever, like Matilda or whatever her name is. And so she's out of Strawberry in a wagon train going around over the top of the map. And so we're chasing up, and we see there's 3 wagons, and the back wagon, we're like, what is that? And all of a sudden you hear this guy loading the Gatling gun. We're like, there's a Gatling gun in the back wagon. And so I chuck a stick of dynamite, and it lands in this wagon. And everyone's like, when do we charge? And like right when it exploded, like the Gatling gun goes flying, mounds of dirt are going everywhere, bodies are flying. I'm like, go! And we all just like rushed through and just destroyed everything in this train. She jumped out of the wagon the second the back one blew up and took off in the woods. So we didn't have to worry about accidentally killing her. So we just melted everybody. And then she was, fast. By the time we finished, like, where is she? Yeah, we opened the map. She's like almost back to Strawberry. We're all like galloping our asses off. Well, we were on horses. Reeb didn't have the donkey yet. We're galloping hardcore, right? And it took all of us just, again, injecting our horses just to keep up with this girl on foot. It was ridiculous.
Another small thing. The wanted posters are amazing. They really are.
Yes.
People.
I love that there's actually the blurb for all of them, and like some of the stories they do is insane.
And even like the drawings of like the witch, her hair is all crazy. And it's good. I like it.
When I was going to hunt her down, and she goes, "Is that me?" Some days.
I love when the stuff they say when you're taking them back too. Just the random little dialogue.
I don't even let them. I immediately punch him in the face. that little side punch.
I wish I want them to redo the animation for the punch actually, because you're holding
It's
a
such
rifle.
an awkward.
I know, and you like slam with a rifle, it's cool, but like when you're not, you're like, it's like you just kind of let gravity take over your hand. Bleh. Stop talking, please.
Don't.
Okay, Reeb, hit us with the collector.
The Collector is the best solo RDR2 experience, I think. So it's just because you can't really do it in a group, but the Collector is finding crap around the map. Basically how I started the Collector was, okay, I got the gist of it. So I'd open the map up, put a mark on, you can see little houses that are in the middle of nowhere. And I would ride to those little houses, and then you can open up your vision or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called.
Eagle Eye.
Eagle Eye.
Yeah.
And then if you can hear a jingle, or you can see orange, where plants are like sparkling white, it's orange, and you can go to those and pick them up. But they're typically in houses and stuff like that. And then I got further into the Collector. I started looking at what more it entails, and it's gold in copious amounts of money. So I bought a shovel for $200, and that you found little mounds on the ground. You can dig up more treasure, and nobody else can do that unless they have a shovel. Those are really hard to find because the mounds are not that noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
The jingle's there. And then further on, like they have weekly. The Collector has weeklies. So there's like, find these 3 things this week, and you get more XP, you get all this other stuff, more unlocks, more money. So I started doing that, and I had to look it up online. I'm like, how are people doing this? And you have to buy a metal detector for $700. So I was saving up for a stew pot at camp for the 15th time in a row before I bought something else. I'm like, well, now I have to buy a metal detector. So you buy this metal detector, and it's got this little spinny thing with a light, and it vibrates the closer you are, but it's really difficult to know how close you are. Because you'll go one way, it'll vibrate. You'll go one way, it'll vibrate. It's like vibrating in all the directions, but you have to find like the subtle, like vibrations. It's way easier at night because there's a light, like kind of in the direction where it is. And you find it, but there's no indicator on the ground except for this vibration until you're right on top of it, and it gives you a cue to dig.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's really difficult. And then, but you can find stuff and turn them into her right away. Get a couple bucks here and there, but the real money is you have to get the whole set. So there's like tarot cards, 15 to a set or something ridiculous. You got to get the, actually not 15, however, a 2 to a aces in a deck of cards. And you got to turn all those in. You can get like $300 a pop. There's one that's $500 a pop if you collect them all. So it's basically, the collectors basically collect all this stuff, never revisit her until you have the sets, and then turn it all in at once and get a bunch of money and all your unlocks. But every time you pick something up, you get XP from her.
Mhm.
So I'm like level 6 with her because just the stuff I've searched. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
But the cool stuff that she has the best saddle in the game, stat wise, which is extreme. I think that was like an $800 saddle or something, but it's like 36% less stamina used, like all the crazy core stuff for your horse.
Is it really 36?
Yeah.
Yeah, 36, 32, 32.
That's insane,
McKinney.
because the
Yeah.
bounty and the trader one are
Crazy.
both 28.
That's what I have. McKinney. I bought that saddle, so that was the first thing I bought from her.
Well, that'll
And I
bring
bought
up something
shovel.
I'll be talking about in a minute.
Yep. So it's cool, but it sucks because it's all money based, all gold based. So like the really cool stuff you want to get from her is like, oh, here's like I love the melee weapons, hammer. I know a lot of us do here. The hammer that like, but she has a sweet machete skin with like an wood eagle on the handle.
Oh, cool.
4 gold. So I bought that 4 gold. Okay, whatever. That kind of sucks. I just spent gold on that. Cool golden compass that hangs off your hip. Doesn't serve purpose, but it looks cool. 6 gold. Almost everything that's cool is gold. And then the rest are insanely like that thing that I needed to get stuff. The metal detector, $700. There's another thing. There's binoculars that they have that you probably need because you look at the binoculars and it glows the dig spots. If you're close to a dig spot, so you can metal detect and then use those to glow the dig spot. It'll glow up with the binoculars. So they're essentially but those are like $800 or something ridiculous. So it's all your money goes to that.
Or you can spend gold and it'll be cheaper.
And that's another thing. You need 15 gold to be a collector. There's no workaround. There's no Twitch thing.
If you collect all the cards from Los Santos, free.
During the campaign?
I don't know. It said there are cards reading, and it said if you've collected all the cards around Los Santos,
really,
thing is free.
I don't even know what the cards are around Los Santos.
Or what that is.
Yeah, I would look into that because I haven't even touched collector because it's behind the gold wall.
Yeah, so they have.
Is there a spot in Red Dead called Los Santos?
I thought that was Grand Theft Auto. Maybe it's a Grand Theft Auto thing too.
It connects up. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay.
That's even more dumb.
Own our other game. Collect all this stuff
in that game to then.
So,
oh my god.
The gold is the money in the game
that
the gold is the money in the game that you have to spend real money on. There's a battle pass that costs 35. If you buy the battle pass or complete it, you essentially get all your 35 gold back. But you get your 35 gold back and you have to spend $15 gold to get the collectors. So then you'll still have to buy the battle pass again. So it's just Rockstar being Rockstar. It's just a normal currency thing that
free
keeps
update
the thing going. So
exactly.
Which I'm not against. I mean, if we want these updates that will fix things and add new content, they have to do that somehow. And that's not that big of a deal because you can make gold in game if you grind it a lot. You can get all that stuff.
Absolutely.
I had spent all my gold on the buckle. I think there was something else that I did, and then I'm back up at 7 gold. Hunter missions, especially as you level up, they do give you.
The craziest part about all of it, I mean, is if you look at everything, at least for me, if you look at everything you want in the collector, that's a decent amount of gold, not a crazy amount of gold. but money is a ton of money. And from what I don't know if you guys looked at your ability cards, but those are insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Ability card 2, ability card 3, and I don't even
I
know
haven't
when
really
I'll ever
touched any
have
of
enough
those.
money to touch those.
Exactly.
But they
I've
give
been
you
purposely
crazy
not.
bonuses. So, but yeah,
some of the
fun.
coolest stuff's
It's
in
just
that gun belt for the collector is insanely cool with all the pouches and everything hanging off.
Yep.
Like I said, the saddle for one.
Yep. Crazy stuff. Pay the money, get the good stuff.
Get the good stuff. You know, like all the rolls got a new saddle, but the one behind the gold wall has the best stats.
The funniest thing of the whole collector is the final, like the whole set you get from it is you're just remember Nigel, the safari guy, Nigel.
Yeah.
It's basically that. It's just like a tan hat with a safari. Like you can look like that guy. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, all the coolest looking stuff is over there, though. Legit.
But
really
that,
cool stuff.
See,
that
to
being
me,
said, behind the money
coolest
wall,
stuff is over at the.
yeah, they have nerdy like clothes from the collector. There's not that many. It's like the.
What's
the
more like I like?
wedding
Yeah, when you're moving around, there's like all these pouches and satchels and stuff hanging off everywhere. I think that's a really cool look.
I think the best part for the collector that I've enjoyed the most is it makes you, because I was ignoring all those stranger missions and white dots, which they're fun, but you get stuff from those as a collector, and it makes you do them. And I just started doing them a couple days ago. I'm like, I don't know why I haven't been doing this. Even if I don't get that much, they're cool, and there's little stories behind all of them. It's not just crappy, like go do this, do this. There's actually like dialogue in some of them.
Really interesting people you meet too. I'm like,
Yeah,
this is a random dot. Like this person is really well voice acted. There's a whole story going on here. What's happening?
or it's a dog that leads you to a bear every time.
A damn dog. What were you gonna say, Russ?
I was just gonna say I ran into a lady the other day who convinced me to stop and that she needed help. And then when I stopped, she pulled out a revolver and her gang jumped out around me and tried to take me down. So I'm like, shoot her in the head, and then
Fudd and I have found this dog that's led us to a bear like 4 times.
The same spot. We're like, hey, here's
Same
that dog again.
But we
Runs you
don't-
past a
I don't
bear.
know. The last
They're
time
working
I didn't
together.
recognize the spot. It just was, but it was the same dog,
Yeah.
same bear.
I had what was it? I got to my camp and there was a lady standing in my camp waving, and I was like, "What the heck?" And she's called like
That was
biggest fan or something. Yeah, that was Reed. But so you walk up to her and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I've heard so much about you. I want to take a picture on your horse." Immediately, I'm like, because I played the campaign, I'm like,
right.
she's gonna try to steal my horse. It's like, pull your camera out. I'm gonna get on the horse. I pull my rifle out. Because I know what's going to happen, but she's still like, because I pulled something out. She's like, all right, take my picture, idiot. And like she goes to turn and I already had the rifle out. She's like, hadn't even left camp. I was like, well, done with that.
Throw her in the fire.
Yep, feels good.
Let Crips handle it.
Yeah. God, Crips is a badass. We'll get into that. Actually, we'll get into it in this part. Gunbait.
Yes.
Hit us with what has caused no sleep for any of us. The traitor.
Say what our favorite item was, or tell a story from Collector.
No one has a story from Collector.
I'm the only one who's done.
I actually have a story, even though I have not paid the paywall. I found an eagle egg.
Yeah, that's the good thing. So when I see stuff and I'm going to posse, I'm like, guys, Collector stuff on me, so you can have that. Once you get it, you're on your way.
I picked up like an egg just out in the wild, and then there was like, hey, this is for the Collector thing, and I was like, oh man.
Someday when you open it, maybe you'll have a bunch of stuff.
Somebody in our posse, I think it was Death, picked up a bottle of like the rare like absinthe or something, and he's like, I just drank it, gave me a bunch of core stuff. I'm like, that's a collector item, you idiot. I'm drinking this absinthe on the road.
It's the only one left in the world. I wonder what'll happen here.
Okay, I found a diamond ring.
What's your favorite item in the pool that you can unlock there, Russ?
Kind of reminds me of a pocket watch. I just wanted a pocket watch.
Is it the compass thing?
The one, yeah, on the belt.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
No, for me, it's the coolest or not. I think the saddle's pretty badass. And the fact
Saddle's
that it
cool.
has all that stuff, I mean, you can't not pick that. It's definitely not the effing metal detector that I spent $700.
I think for
Or I
me,
could've
it's the
spent
gun belt.
112 gold to get it.
Yeah, that collector gun belt is awesome.
Mhm.
It's got all like chains hanging off it and pouches and buckles all around. It's pretty cool.
They've kind of, at least I haven't looked, maybe I haven't looked enough. They kind of neglected the offhand pistol thing design a
haven't
little
There's
bit.
seen that.
there's one for each.
But there's not like, you think that because that showcases on the front of you. You think
Yeah.
that they would have some sweet stuff for that. Maybe it's coming, but.
Yeah, I
Hunter
guess that
has
is a good
one.
point. They're not as cool as the actual holster.
Mhm.
Hunter has a pretty sweet one with like a snake
Okay.
curled on it, just like the.
Why don't you marry the bounty hunter, huh?
I would if I
Collectors for
could.
life.
She was awesome.
Collectors for life.
I usually hide my offhand holster anyway, so I'm like,
The collector's basically Xur. Because you can never find him
yeah,
on the map.
it's a good point.
Prompt wherever she's at now.
Now they do, which I don't know
Hidden.
if I like, because she's a gypsy and she was moving around. But now
Yeah.
you just, oh, there she is.
It was
cool,
fun to see
it
the
wasn't
post.
that cool that I had to go to Google, but it was cool. It was a cool thought.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Does anybody know? But sorry, Gunbait.
You're good.
Take a saddle off of a horse.
No.
You can't.
You have to
I don't-
unequip it at a stable, but you can't take that
Yeah.
horse out.
No, you can't take. You can't get. Unfortunately, you can't take over wild horses.
Because I went to a stable because I got the bounty hunter horse, and I couldn't figure out how to take the horse that I was currently using and move it onto
So you
the
have,
new horse.
yeah, you have to go to
into
that,
the
and you have to like
stables.
unequip it, and then you go to the other horse, equip it, and then I think you might have to stable that horse before you equip it to your horse you want it to,
Okay.
and then it'll put you in your wagon for some unknown reason when you get out.
Yeah,
there.
it's not like the story or the campaign where you can actually just take off. I think you could actually just take off a saddle and put it on
Yeah.
the hitching post, right?
Yeah. We're all really important online, and we can't be bothered to move our own saddles. We pay the little people
Yeah.
in the stable, move it's for me.
Have you guys had it where
Stable the
you
horse.
go there, you try to change your horse, and it puts you in your freaking hunting wagon for unknown reason?
Every
I haven't
time.
had that.
Yeah, no, that
It
happens
happens
to me.
every time to me.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm gonna go get my other horse. Hunting wagon.
I
never even had my
just
hunting
when I
wagon.
just bought my new horse tonight or earlier today, I was like, I'm so excited. I got rid of the wagon before I went in to buy the horse. Everything was equipped, good to go. I'm like, I can't wait to see my horse. Loading screen. I'm sitting there on my hunting wagon. I'm like, come on.
Your horse is dead in the back.
Okay, hit us with the trader.
All right. Okay. So the trader role I was actually the most excited about, and also I felt that it actually gave crypts an actual purpose in the game, for one.
Yep.
It also made your campsite an actual desirable place to be now.
I'm at my camp all the time.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
you
the
are.
most badass campsite there is.
Mm-hmm.
It actually gives you nice furnishings to put around your camp. You have a little bit better upgrade options for your camp, but that's not the main important thing. That's more on the loot side of things. But basically, with trading, basically the main goal of trading is you are to acquire animal parts that you get from hunting, and you turn those materials into crypts, and he converts those animals. He converts those animals into goods for sale. Okay. When
goods?
Crypts has enough goods for sale, you need to deliver the said goods to a destination. That delivery is timed, and you may or may not have raiders or bandits at the delivery destination to help disrupt your delivery. And most of the time, they're not really much of a problem. It's just little swarms of groups that keep coming in, and you just have to kill them off, and then you're set. You've made your delivery. With those deliveries, you get XP, money. Not only XP in the role that you're in, but you also get XP in the world of Red Dead, which helps you rank up. And it's a fair amount of XP. Trader is actually one of the quickest ones to rank up in. That I think that's why majority of us kind of started with that by default. you have the option when you make those deliveries, you can make a short distance deliveries, which I think is what we usually do anyways, by default. With the long, and you can also do long distance deliveries. Long distance, like I said, long or short distance deliveries are safer route. You only have to fight those bandits at the end of your route. And long distance deliveries is a little more dangerous because the longer you have to travel over a longer distance, hence the the long distance deliveries. But
What?
you're also you're also taken out of defensive mode, and your delivery wagon is susceptible to player, or as Reeb likes to say, user attack, and can be taken. That wagon can be taken from you, and they can turn it in a way at the delivery destination and collect the money.
Yeah, why do I say user tech? I'm an idiot.
There's a
love it,
user to
though.
the
I think
left.
I
Okay.
think it's absolutely hilarious. But
Okay, Tron.
so that's actually just one side of the trading. The other side is in between gathering parts for crypts, he also needs supplies. Basically, and those supplies are used in crafting the goods for sale. So you often have to run resupply missions to you have, and with those resupply missions you have to hunt a specific type of animal or
Stupid buffalo.
oh gosh, that pissed me off. But yeah, you either
The
have to
bison
hunt.
was the easiest one for me. It was finding a wild
Shut up, Russell.
turkey that I almost.
I don't want to hear it. All right, I got a story. I'll tell you later.
Oh yeah, okay. So you have to have a specific type. One of the things I love about it is you kind of have to be knowledgeable of the map of where animals spawn and where they're located. And then you take it to a separate trader for exchange for supplies, and then you take those supplies and you take them back to camp. And most of the time, though, it's just a simple resupply mission where you're going to go to a destination, you pick up supplies, return it back to camp. That is essentially the play loop of the trader. I find that it's the most rewarding, and I enjoy it the most because you kind of want to also value your animals. You actually want to value what perfection you're getting on those animals, whether they're the 1, 2, or 3 star. And
It's a money getter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and not only on top of your carving up animals and stuff to take back to crypts, but you're also taking full carcasses back.
All he's
And
doing is churning it in that bucket.
yes, he's making meat butter.
I got some meat butter for you ready.
Another shipment.
But what the great thing is not only that, but so you're collecting horns and animal accessory parts for the goods, but you're also when you slaughter an animal, you actually collect the meats off that. So you can either in turn take that back to your camp, cook it up, have food ready to go, or you can take it back to a butcher and actually sell that meat and make money that way too. So you're making money in XP multiple ways. And on top of that, you're also meeting daily challenges of weird things like, you shot a Peking duck today or something like that. There's always weird challenges that
Screw you, duck.
There's one that I saw that
Oh,
we
man.
need to do more of is switch camps out of places that we don't normally go to
yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
different
when
styles.
Yeah. Oh, I love hunting after, because you have different challenges too with the bear or bison. Bear, I you kind of have to react quickly if you piss them off and they're charging after you. You may have to have a shotgun ready to blast them right in the face.
You just might just see Fudd's icon going in the distance, and all of a sudden here it comes. Oh dear God!
It's gone.
It's a bear.
But
Are you okay? It's coming up on me, guys. Oh God, I'm dead.
Yeah, but Reeb, you mentioned different styles of hunting, and that's one of the reasons why I've grown attached to hunting with a lasso. And
That's not a thing, first of all.
no, it is. It
In the
totally
game,
is.
it is.
Yes, in the game it is.
Where you going, honey? Hunt. Okay.
This 500-pound deer here is just gonna let me hold on to it.
Got this elk. All right.
But the great thing about the lassoing is one of the things I love doing is if you see a group of deer, one of the tricks that I've learned is to maximize my efficiency in hunting is I will shoot at one deer that may be a higher rank in a group of deer, and then after I've already shot it, I've just forgotten about that deer, and I'm already charging after the other one that was by it, and I lasso it, come up, and if it's actually a good perfection, when you stab it with a knife, you maintain its perfection. There's no degradation of that. So,
You get covered in blood, which is
yeah,
good.
you just get totally covered in blood. You hear a squeal, and it's
Mhm.
wonderful. But yeah,
But on the different locations too is also a belt buckle. So doing trader missions in different camps around the different territories of the map is a buckle. Like, oh, you've done 14 out of 50. I'd noticed on
okay.
mine.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I'm like,
I'm
oh,
gonna look into
I
that.
feel like I've done way more than that, but there's so many different types of missions around the map that are for that specific one, which I thought I'd like to try that out because we're always like, we have our spots.
Yeah.
Mhm. And so we've done the same resupply missions 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can
I'd
go
like
on
to
an
see what they're
iguana
looking.
hunt or something.
Yeah.
So there's one thing that I don't know if you guys have noticed. So if you turn in higher perfection, actually increase the amount that you get from that.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yes.
got a spreadsheet.
So
yeah.
even though on the bottom it'll say it's only worth 78, if you look up a couple of spots, it'll say 92.
So once you reach rank 10, that maximizes even more. You actually extract more goods out of the animal.
I think it's
And
only
so-
perfect full bodies though.
Yes. So like a perfect buck, if you're below rank 10, you're getting 10 material goods out of it.
Sure.
When you reach rank or go above rank 10, you get 12.50, I think it is.
Mhm.
And so you actually, on top of getting the hunting wagon, which I know Elmer, Reeb, do you have it?
Mhm.
Okay, so and I also have it too. One of the things that we found is like you can hold 5 full big animal carcasses in that hunting wagon. It's a 10-point system. Basically, deer or larger animals are worth 2 points. Your smaller animals are worth 1 point. So whatever you fill it up with, once you reach your 10 points, that's it. That's all you can fill up. You take it back to camp and deliver the goods.
But the bonuses are only on perfect carcasses, right?
Yes, I
Correct.
believe
Okay,
it
that's
is.
what I thought. Okay.
While we're talking about it, Reeb, hit on your your spreadsheet that you've built for trading.
Yeah, please.
So I was like, I'm gonna start keeping track of all because it says how many materials per thing when you turn in at crypts at the bottom. It'll be like 0.78 for a bird
Feathers.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start keeping this so we know. I just want to see like, are some of the bigger animals terrible? And in fact, they are.
Mm-hmm.
So the bucks are the best. They're by far the best. And then
Really?
I think regular deer are the second best because they're everywhere and but I'm talking I have the pelt information too, but carcasses are the way to go.
Mhm.
A buck
Yeah.
a
Adding
buck is
full
10, a
carcasses.
perfect buck is 10, then it's 6, and then it's 4 materials. A perfect buffalo pelt is 3. A
Like,
perfect rabbit carcass is 3.5. So there's some
Makes
crazy
sense.
stuff out there. So a perfect rabbit carcass, which are everywhere, if you keep that's 3.5 materials. A perfect bison that takes up your whole horse and can't do anything else with is 3.
I did notice. Have you checked the bears? Because I've noticed my material goods will jump up quite a bit if I turn in. Like
I have
perfect...
a little bit of bear information. I think they're all right. They're like 6 probably. What else is good? I mean, you don't come across cougars all that often, but I know that I haven't seen a perfect cougar carcass, but a poor one was 6.5. So that might beat a buck if we find a perfect one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was
The
really
buck-
surprised by the bison because we're like, there's a horde of bison, let's get them. And then we're
Yeah.
looking at the sheet, we're like, actually, let's go in the trees
Yeah,
over here and shoot
Poor
rabbits
bison is like
instead.
a 0.78 or something ridiculous. You're like, okay,
It's
well, I mean, who cares
ridiculous.
about that?
Yeah,
So
for all that work,
Deer.
it's nuts.
deer, and
Also,
elk
I found
suck
out-
too, which kind of stink. Because why do
so
elk suck?
dumb. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're, moose,
Also,
I think
you
moose
can't
are all right.
lasso a bison either. It
Well,
It doesn't
can't
work.
use the real.
no,
Can't is the real C word.
You can
Gunbait, right?
You can lasso them, but it doesn't give you a kill option. So you're like, oh no, and it wants to run you over.
You can
Also-
probably ride it.
It's because I've been doing bounty hunter and trader at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Doing one also gives you a little bit of experience in the other. If I've been doing trade missions, I've noticed my bounty hunter rank going up.
Really?
Bounty hunter, it's
I haven't seen
the
that.
ratio is a lot
You cheating?
smaller. Oh.
Lag switching? What are you doing? over
Yeah.
there?
I've had
Hacking?
my bounty
Are you
rank
narcosis?
You are narcosis.
You are,
bounty hunter
in fact,
rank go
narcosis.
up while doing
Russell?
trader, like going around and hunting things.
Could you say the following? Could you say the following phrase for me? Every 10 minutes, I will kill someone.
Every
I
10
am the
minutes.
reckoning.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, that's you. That guy was
Do
the best.
we want to explain that at all? By the way.
We could.
Okay. Well,
We
after
could.
trading, we'll get
We
to
could.
that.
We
We'll
could.
get to some of the weird stuff.
We
But
could.
Yeah, we all have some weird stories, I'm sure.
Okay.
Well, what's your favorite unlock? I think we're all probably gonna have the same answer to this. What's your favorite? Okay, on the count of 3, your favorite unlock for trader. 1, 2, 3. Hunting weapon.
Stupot.
Hunting. I don't have the stew pot. I've
Oh,
blown it all
sorry.
on a freaking metal detector.
Hold on. Favorite roll?
No,
Did you say or?
your favorite item.
No,
Favorite
Okay.
item
What did you
from-
say, Elmer?
stew pot's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We both said hunting.
Yeah, hunting wagon.
The wagon.
Your favorite unlock from trader?
Okay.
Because we've done it for every other role.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah. Hunting wagon is pretty cool.
yeah, that'd
I
been,
want
that'd
But I
been pretty.
do like a good.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty.
I do like a good stew pot though.
This episode has got like 9 really awkward pauses. In it.
Fix it in post.
No, I'm not going
No.
to.
Screw that.
It's a lot of work.
Hammer. I want to go and hit things with a hammer.
Do you not have the hammer yet? Dude, the animation for like if you sneak up on someone
It's
or
just
like,
like a-
you're fighting someone, he'll like I've had people where he grabs like half their face, just like and just lets go.
And that's the funny thing is it makes a very like almost a high pitched clink metallic noise, and it's hilarious,
So
especially when you
good.
get hit by it.
Those animations are sweet. The machete seems weak, but when you get a finishing move with the machete, is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you can ride on
Well-
your horse holding it in the air.
Yeah, there's like some connection issues with the machete. Like it seems like that
too
you just
long.
don't react with it, or yeah, there's an animation or something like that that's not activating. But it is fun to use though, when you do kill someone with it.
What about Battle Pass? Everybody have Battle Pass?
I did pick
I
that
do?
up. I did, yeah.
Russell?
I don't even know what the battle pass is.
The what is it called in the game actually?
Outlaw Pass?
Outlaw Pass, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't picked it up. I thought about it, but
It's worth.
Well,
It'll
man.
I liked it a lot,
retroactively do it for you too. It gives
Yeah.
you a ton of cool outfits and other stuff.
I want to, but spending $30 when I don't have a job yet.
No, that's understandable. But it's gold. So if you do stuff in game to rank up gold, you
Yeah.
could also
You
buy
do
it with
eventually
that
get
gold.
it, yeah.
Probably do it that way.
And then
And
like
you
reset, it'll-
retroactively get that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Retro-
Once you pick it
and
up, if
also-
you've already leveled it all the way, when you pick it up, it'll just
Also,
give
if-
you everything.
And once if you're that high a level and it gives you everything, you'll immediately get 35 gold. So you'll spend your 35 gold, it'll be right back. So you'll just have 35 gold and the full battle pass completed.
Wait until I do that and then just
Boom. Well, the thing let's touch on the hunting pass or the outlaw pass real quick, because there's been a lot of games.
tell a story for the trading.
No.
You guys can just do the rest of the episode. I'm out of here.
I've already moved on.
Sorry.
Let's do this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
After listeners, I apologize. After we've gotten our fill of Red Dead, we promise I will be getting more sleep. We apologize.
If this is everyone being
Apology.
sleep deprived, yeah.
I've had like 9 tacos too, so
We know.
so
Outlaw Pass.
Outlaw pass. Yeah. For the record, Russ, I love you dearly. You look sad, and I just want you to know that I love you, and your
Yeah,
life is worth it. Don't do it. We're all here for you.
I want to hunt with you.
Okay.
On the back
So-
of my horse.
It's my horse now.
With my hammer.
So the Outlaw Pass, there's a lot of games that come out, and the first time they try to do one of these, I don't know, battle passes, season passes, whatever you want to call it, it's not the greatest. I mean, like we talked about in depth, like when Apex Legends dropped its first battle pass, season pass thing, like the amount of experience you needed to unlock anything was insane. But in the Red Dead one, like you're just constantly raking up. And there's stuff you earn every single level, whether it's, you know, a cosmetic or an entire outfit or gold or just $100 here and there, or just a bunch of ammo that are higher ranked levels to unlock. Like, it's just like, here, have fun with a bunch of explosive rounds or
The incendiary rounds and
the incendiary rounds and the shotgun. Yeah. Yeah. It's every rank you're just getting thrown stuff, and it feels good. And I thought it was really worth it. So to see how successful this was in its first iteration, and they have a date for when it ends. And so I'm hoping, you know, if something they come out from there, and it can only get better. I hope. I mean,
it was nice to get all that ammo, it gave you all crafting plants and stuff too. Did you guys got that too?
Yeah, that too.
That was
yeah.
really nice to have that, not worry about it for a little while, make a bunch of horse revives and.
Well, it was like when I was saving up for the stew pot, like I was at $400, and I was like, and I just done a delivery mission. I was like, all right, we'll have to wait for this. And we finished this delivery mission, and like I ranked up in the battle pass, and that was a level to give me $100. I was like, oh, sweet, I can go get the stew pot now. You know, like, just a little extra stuff on the side was really cool. Love the stew pot.
That's so great.
Freaking metal detectors and binoculars.
Spending all my money on bounty hunter gear.
Which is sexy.
Yeah,
it's really.
I would like to not to detract from the story, but I would like to say I'm not a fan of any of the trader outfits.
No, they suck.
Of all the loot in the trader, you can't dismantle them. They all come as one suit, and you can't tear from them and use them with other pieces.
Isn't that all of them though?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the hats. You can take the hats from everything, but that's it.
Okay, I think boots too. If it comes with boots, you can use boots and hats.
So throughout the battle, boots and pants. Throughout the battle pass, there's one outfit badass that you get at the end of it. You can't partition off and wear separately, but it's a cool outfit. But there's also one weird cult leader outfit that you can partition off and wear the different pieces of it, like the chaps and that weird owl.
Yeah,
That's a jar.
That's a jar. Witness.
Yeah. So there's one full outfit you can't change, which is like, you know, your typical wider duster, and then your cult leading a jar robe.
And that was definitely the biggest thing I was disappointed in, because like when I saw the screenshots for all this stuff, and I started looking through all the outfits coming out, I was like, because in the past when you bought outfits in Red Dead, you can, you know, take bits and pieces of everything. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to take that belt from here and this bandolier, and oh my god, we actually have bandoliers. And then to get it and go, oh, I can only wear this outfit. I can't use it with anything else. That kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are some cool outfits that I don't mind that I can't do that. It would be an extra cool thing if I could.
But everybody wants to look different.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there are different color palettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you still just look the exact same.
Yeah.
They're cool, but it's just...
I find myself always going back to like, oh, I put this together. I would wear it. Even though I really do like that, you know, duster outfit and the outfits in general. It's just I will like what I put together more, even if it is all white long johns.
I feel like, and you know, we just talked about the outfits for the trader kind of suck. Like I feel like they were more like a mountain man look or something, but they almost look like they were just extra collector outfits they'd made for that.
Yeah.
And
they're
like,
almost a military-esque.
Yeah.
But yet, like
Military
like somebody just got diverted from the Civil War, and they're like, well, let's start a trading business now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a counselor.
Yeah.
I'm really curious what's up with the pince nez.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pince nez, and I'm like, an outfit, and then you have a freaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's me.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing is the collector gear is all like I was in like Safari and like kind of nerdy Wellington, all this weird stuff. But the lady's like the most mysterious like gypsy there
lady,
is.
yeah.
Why is it all this like why isn't like
Explore safari thing going on?
why isn't it like crazy gypsy clothing or
Yeah,
like voodoo outlaw kind of stuff? It should be. Because you're digging in the ground for teeth.
Well, what it looked like as a Red Dead Redemption Online lore master. Let you. I don't know. But when you go to talk to her the first time, what it sounds like is one, she's a fraud, and she uses all the stuff you find to make her art form seem better. So yeah, you're not the mysterious gypsy person. You are literally the safari guy just giving stuff to her so she looks cool.
But she's dancing to cool music.
She's when you don't know her cart's there. It happened today. I came through the trees and I was like, what is that music? I was like, oh shit, there she is.
But yeah, but you get like there's a pirate patch.
Yeah, which
I guess it's
is a
just an eye
scar.
patch, not a pirate patch.
The scar on my guy's face goes straight through where that patch should be. I'm like, ooh,
thing
it's
going
pretty
on,
cool.
and I'm
Yeah.
super excited about it.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh."
Eye patch.
Yeah, Stinky would
be-
have had that for sure. But they have those like hot air balloon goggles too.
Yeah,
that she
those
sells.
are sweet. But no, when I first saw like the marshal guy in the camp in the multiplayer missions, his eye patch, I was like, God, I hope that's not what the eye patches look like.
That's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Sir, you're better than that. You can just use a knife and make it a little bit better.
So-
Eye patch with that red in the middle.
Deadshot?
Is that what it's called?
No, that's just a
I have no idea.
Marvel guy named Deadshot.
Well, before
That's
we
true.
move into
One.
some other things here, I think we need to take a moment and we need to take a moment of silence for Stinky.
Remember the Fallen?
In the arms of an angel.
I have a
So
picture, I
what
think.
happened to Stinky?
Does our audience know who Stinky is?
Some of them I hope do.
Everybody
But-
knows who's Stinky.
Yeah, if not, Reed, explain Stinky.
He was my first creation. He was a little bit of a wild card.
One would say
So
an
to speak.
abomination.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Some would say without
He's dead.
hair, it's
An
badly
abomination,
burned
but,
old
yeah.
man's, testicle. It's kind of the look going on there.
He had a bond with Montana. So, what do you got to say about that? Montana is Fudd's horse. Wallace's horse.
Yes.
Stinky was my creation. He was a wild card. He sometimes was helpful.
Very
Sometimes
rarely.
he would crash wagons and his horse poops would be way too close to other riders. Even though I wasn't on him, somehow he would just be there. Or he'd
Yeah,
be-
I don't know how I got onto poops when it took me 45 seconds to fall down a hill and I wouldn't stop falling. But yet somehow I accidentally got onto poops and just
I was hunting with Gunbait, and all of a sudden he's on top of a mountain, and he's on poops, and I look up, and poops falls. Falls off used to fall off mountains a lot.
A
That's
lot.
kind of his thing. And then Gunbait falls off poops, and he just rolled down the hill for like not even exaggerate 30 seconds. He was just rolling. Poops
That's
was
cool.
rolling. Poops got up. He's all right. He was all right.
It was all right. Take a moment of silence for Poops as well.
Poops was the real hero in this whole thing. Everybody loved Poops, kind of.
So the more so before this update, playing Red Dead Online, the only thing there really was to do was just run around and shoot everything that moved, which was perfect for Stinky.
Mhm.
And once this update happened, all of us were playing more and more. It got to Reed. You felt it in his soul. He's like, God, I'm just an idiot.
I miss Stinky very much, though.
Yes, I know.
I think the main
all
reason
do.
that I liked Stinky is because I was going into it, I'm like, everybody's gonna make a very similar looking character. I think in the world. Like, I'm just gonna make the grossest. Because you can like put up their like pock marks, their sunburn, their skin shit. I'm like, I'm gonna make the oldest, dirtiest, grossest man I can think of.
To yourself, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody gets random clothes, right? And you get to keep those clothes
Mhm.
as your character.
Mhm.
So when I spawned in, it couldn't they must. I don't know if they're watching me, Rockstar.
Yeah.
But they gave me a gray duster and a gray top, or a brown duster and a brown top hat with like nothing else on, no shirt on underneath, and like the dirtiest. I'm like, how does this is perfect? And then I
And the
killed a lot
character
of
was
people.
made.
And then halfway what we were doing, we were bounty hunting or something.
Hmm.
In the middle, we went to the bar for a drink. And there's a barber at the bar. Like, I wonder what Stinky looks like without a beard and hair, because he had like long gray hair and a gray beard. So I shaved it all off. And I took his hat off, and it was just like this, like bumpy red ball sack of a guy that you didn't really want to. He was like a thumb, like a dirty, warty thumb.
He's a walking, talking thumb.
Yep, absolutely.
Like a sunburned, warty thumb. And then he stuck around for a little while, and then he fell off his last cliff, and he died. And a beautiful man was spawned.
Russ,
His name's
Flowing
Johnny
hair,
McCoy.
Johnny McCoy is. We've gone from Stinky, which was the ugliest person you could possibly make in Red Dead Online. Reeb spent like an hour and a half. John McCoy was born and is probably the most handsome person you can make in Red Dead Online.
You have the picture of the whole crew, don't we?
Oh, I do, yeah, somewhere, yeah. I'll get that up. But yeah.
He's got 5 o'clock shadow on all the right places.
All the right.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so I was gonna jump into just the other bits, but I remember earlier, Russ, you said you had like a couple weird stories. I didn't want to take away from that. Did you want to tell like just a random weird story?
No, I mean, apparently I'm taking too long and throwing everybody else's stories off. So I don't want to or anything.
And
I'm gonna tell them anyway because I've already got them written out. So screw you guys.
So we asked you, or Elmer asked you to tell him. So
there's awkward pause number 10.
Right back to Stinky.
All right,
back at you.
I have a couple of cool ones.
You're really fun at parties, aren't you?
Me?
Russell.
I'm terrible at parties. I usually find the people that I already know about, like, or Magic the Gathering. Yeah, whatever. At parties. Screw you.
This is the part where you go on, yeah.
It's my first trade mission to deliver goods. The pay is $100 for the long haul, and I'm saving up for a new saddle. Of West Elizabeth down to the bottom of New Austin. I push it because I'm worried about other players. After about 10 minutes, I get near the shack that's the drop-off, and I hear gunfire. Zone and leap off the wagon. Seems some outlaws got it in their minds to rob the trader. They die slow and hard, but in the end, I'm $100 richer. This time, I'm headed from West Elizabeth to Saint Denis, as is my trusty repeater held at the ready. And signals my coming to Saint Denis and get stuck behind some rich man's carriage. I contemplate shooting him and everyone in the wagon, but I don't need the law after me now. He comes whooping and hollering down the street and ropes me out of my seat and drags me near to death. Jackass rides away and run back to my precious cargo. I round the corner to the delivery and hear gunshots. Good. Glad in the morning. Hide and smile as money. $172 up. What a fine day. The barn near my camp. Can't have their hooping and hollering, scaring all the good game away. I go in quiet, my knife ready. As I sneak through the stables, I see a Gatling gun perched on the second floor of the barn. Across my face. I go in through the window and take out the lookout station by the gun by sliding my blade across its neck. Clean up. I hop on the Gatling gun and bullets rain down like hellfire. Sneak out behind me, but my revolver makes short work of him. Peter cowering in the second story of the main house. A bullet quiets him. And bodies taking my spoils. It moves around me like the ghost of the dead. quick and succinct.
That was awesome. That was really
Did you
well
want-
written.
You got $100 for a freaking trader bounty on 25?
It was a long
Pretty good.
distance run, and I had a whole bunch of perfect carcasses, and I think it actually came out to like 92.18.
They need to really, really reevaluate the long distance ones because it's just simply
It's
not worth it.
No,
It's
absolutely.
like $30 more, and you run the risk of getting shot at, and it takes
Because you appear on the
25
map.
minutes.
Exactly.
It's just not. There's no incentive to.
To run one during peak hours the other night, and
Ooh.
as I was closing in on my last location, and he shoots me right in the head, and so I'm chasing him trying to get my trade goods back, and he ended up wrecking the wagon, carrying off my trade goods, and finally I had tried to get him back like 5 or 6 times, and he kept killing me.
I've done that to somebody.
A lot.
A lot.
People, actually. We did that. We were in a camp on the top in the Heartlands, and it felt like a bot kind
Mhm.
of group. But this wagon of trade goods they were delivering just was flying directly at our camp, which we're on the top of a hill. He was about to hit a hill and then turned right real quick. And I'm like, there's a trade good wagon right next to our camp. And then Fudd just starts sprinting after it, calling his horse. And then and then Gunbait is meeting us up there. We get there. And like, it felt like it like glitched out. It did glitch out or something. But we stole the wagon, got to the destination. And like, we had to wait 12 minutes because they didn't come get it. It was a posse of 3. They didn't come get it, but it just didn't process. We parked it at the location, didn't process. We had to wait 12 minutes, and then it processed. And then we started the wagon on fire and rode it away with the burned charred wagon.
Killed this guy a bunch, and his he was in a full posse. They never came. We're like,
A full posse of all the same like first part of their names, like Admiral, and Admiral, but different second half of names or something like that.
Yeah, or it was Angel something.
Angel.
But yeah, that was a weird occurrence, and which made me think that he was like, I came up with the idea, and this may go into our talk about some of the weird stuff we've experienced too in the game, but I think that the guy was actually probably rubber banding his controller and collecting XP on 2 other characters while he was doing delivery missions.
Or it's just maybe I don't. How many servers do they have?
I don't know, actually.
2, I think.
East and West.
3.5, maybe. I don't know.
No, I just meant like server farms. Like, is it just East
Oh,
and West, or
gotcha.
is it East, Central, and West? Like, I don't know.
thought-
There could be a lot
Yeah.
of horribly connected people to the servers.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah,
When you run into, any game you run into people that just have god awful internet.
yeah. Like, how do you even play this at 700 ping?
But
It's so
here's the
fun.
thing about Rockstar is there is a way to, I know that there's a way to
Yeah.
load into your own instances. It's with messing with your MTU settings and stuff like that. But that's so they're not excluding people from playing the game, but they're going to be a lonely person. You can still do the missions and stuff. But I've actually reported a lot of people just in this last couple weeks, just mainly because of the weird stuff that was going on. And it was evident that the people knew that the stuff was going on.
Fighting posses that aren't showing up and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually like their dot not showing up, and their dot and their body showing up right in front of you at the last second was very weird.
Super fun.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's lag switching or not. I hate talking about that kind of stuff, but
it's just kind of hand in hand with Rockstar though. Always has been.
yeah. I just don't know how it's done on console though, and are you actually introducing some type of physical hardware to control that or something?
Routers can do that.
Oh,
You can
really?
get some routers and secondary software for that stuff. Yeah,
Wow.
because people used to do that a lot on Gears of War. The lag switching, Gears of War 1 and 2, because it's peer to peer too. So it's just why.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you want to do that exactly? Yeah.
Because they're like some of the big, just messing around when you get bored. Battles in Valentine are awesome, but then some of them are just like, well, here's 4 guys that never die and always kill us and aren't showing up, or like they're the faint circle, and then they come out of the faint circle real quick, kill you, go back into the faint circle. So
Yeah.
All right. Let's...
Or Noxus.
Or Noxus, yeah. Well, let's move forward. That might be his here. I have a feeling all of our stories are going to be about Red Dead Online, but so let's just go ahead and jump in there, guys. And
Story time!
story time is a segment we do in the show where we all go around and just tell a random gaming story. It doesn't have to do with us actually gaming, but involving it, whatever. We get nostalgic on the show. It's really fun. And I have a feeling that all of us are probably going to tell Red Dead stories, but we'll see what happens. Who wants to go first this week? You want to go for us?
Sure.
Bring it, man.
So I'm actually going to tell a story that actually happened on the podcast. It bears retelling.
Is this when you were playing Red Dead? Okay.
So there was one time, I think it was just me and you, Brett, wasn't it?
Yep.
We were doing the podcast. At this point, we were still doing it on like the PlayStation Party or something like that.
No, Russell, we
I
weren't.
just had the computer in front of me.
We were doing it just like we are now.
And that makes it even worse. So I'm sitting there, Red Dead, because I think at the time I was trying to get enough money to do a very particular thing. And this was at the point where the money gain was way skewed, so much more expensive, right when it dropped. So I'm playing, really paying too much attention to the chat because it was Gunbait and Evil J. And I guess they both had said something about if you don't stop playing, we're going to come and find you and kill you until you stop playing. And I didn't even see it. But all of a sudden I see, I think it was Evil J who started it too, weren't you?
Yeah, Jay did it, and Reeb was there.
I just kept tying you up.
So I've got 3 of them that are all surrounding me. They keep shooting me, so I'm getting in these shootouts with them and getting tied up and stabbed to death, and like all 3 of them. And it's just like huge melee. And I just remember Brett losing it at one point because all you can hear is.
I remember that was me. I'm like, I was watching the cast. I could see Brett getting mad, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get in like a button mashing battle with Russell, and I get into it, but there's a delay, so I'm doing it, and I can watch you do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like tapping as hard as I can to like, because I'm on top of him, and it's like the slow knife to execute him, and then all of a sudden I can see on the podcast him doing it. It's so loud. It's amazing.
It was
just really
amazing.
loud. Click, 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 click. It's like,
the whole thing is we were like mid conversation, and I was like, "So what do you think of that, Russ?" And you weren't even paying attention to what was happening here. You were just, "What?"
His controller's
so hard.
smoking.
Yeah, because I'm like, and Brett's like, "I love you, man," but on the inside, he's like, "I will kill you and feast upon your entrails."
Well, it was funny because it was.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're fine. It was funny because it was everyone telling you like stop playing during the podcast, and because they don't know that that's just your personality. Is you're just like, now I have to win. So instead of going, oh, I'm gonna pull back, you're like, I'm gonna fight harder now.
I know. In your guys' mind, you're thinking,
This-
if I kill him enough, he'll just stop.
No,
Like, you kill me. You have hit my stubborn button.
I think you're misremembering that day though, Russell, because I remember it very fondly of Elmer Ashley shouting, "Damn it, Russell!" You actually,
I think I did.
Yes. And I think that was the moment when you actually stopped playing, or you settled down, or you signed off, or something like
I was
that.
like, oh, I'm
So
sorry.
funny.
I'm sorry.
I do remember that. Yeah.
I don't think he yelled it, though. I think it was more of a, damn it, Russell.
I think it was my playful yell, the fake
was
yell.
more
It was more
clip it,
disapproving
don't
than
you?
anger.
I'm
the
very
disapproval, I
disappointed
was like,
right now.
oh.
We have talked about this. I'm very disappointed in you.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. Oh well, I'd almost forgotten about that. Thank you for telling. That's now it's hilarious.
Never do
when
it
you can
again.
look back on it.
Oh, but at the time, man, I wanted to murder you. And not in Red Dead.
You were so mad.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'm gonna actually say I don't actually have a story tonight, so because I'm exhausted, and I also shared like some good experiences. I mean, from this week. So as far as like my stories with bounty hunting and stuff like that. So
Address the gifts that are in the chat.
But I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
But
we're
I
professionals.
like
last thing I see is I
Scream.
gave them the warning.
Yeah.
15 messages. I go and look at them, and it's the most disturbing series of gifts I have ever seen in my entire life.
Don't know
I
what
must
you're
not
talking
be
about.
part of that chain.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we're just talking back and forth about algebra.
You guys are the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
You got a story, Reeb?
Remainders. Other stuff. Well, I kind of told the one I was going to tell, but I can think of another one. I was just the dumb funniness of me walking out with no hair and no beard, and everybody just kind of going,
Who are you?
"What is that?" It was horrifying because he was always
It is
sweaty, too.
that.
He was always sweaty.
He was always sweaty.
I will actually share one story that it actually happened right after you shaved your head and your beard. We're in Valentine, and I actually have this clipped. Elmer also has this clipped on his channel too. Where I just walk out and I'm carrying a whiskey with me, and you're just beating a guy relentlessly with a hammer. And so, yeah, you. And so you're constantly hearing this ding, ding, ding. It's like he's mining for gold out there.
That was stinky.
But then in the clip you can actually see him where there's a wagon coming up to him, and he's in the way of the wagon, and he's like, "Oh, don't mind me, I'll just step back here and let it pass." And this wagon just starts slowly rolling on, and he just takes a Molotov cocktail and just throws at the wagon. The wagon just bursts into flames, and then all the horses also combust and burn into flames. You can just see like the hair just instantly burn off the horses.
I forgot about. My character Stinky does. He's like, "Whoa, sorry."
Too far.
Yeah, he didn't just look scary and creepy. He was actually scary and creepy.
That started a humongous Valentine brawl.
A huge.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And also the fond memories of getting into bar fights and punching people to death. So
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, once the sun sets, go walk into the Valentine bar and just start punching, and it'll just
Unless
be
it's
it's
glitched out.
such a good brawl.
Unless it's glitched out. I shot a glitched out man in the head. It blew his head off, and he still was fist fighting me. He couldn't die. He had no head.
Did you tell a story, Reeb?
No, I don't know if I have one, but outside of the ones that we've all told,
That's fine.
I was trying to think one. If you got one,
I do.
yeah.
Okay.
You think I'll try to think of one. Yeah, go ahead.
So for a long time in Red Dead Online, we've thought Crips was useless.
Oh gosh.
I have a story that says otherwise. So we're doing a resupply mission for Crips. He sends us steal supplies from this other, I think it was the tar facility outside of Valentine. So we go in there, we kill everyone, we load up. You guys all got stuck back for some reason, because I remember I got back to camp way early, and like 3 bandit dudes had spawned behind me and were chasing me into camp. I was like, oh crap, so I'm trying to get off my horse, and I had no idea Crips did this. So they're coming up, and I just hear Crips yell, "Oh god damn it!" And he like runs out of camp and just goes, and headshots all 3 of them immediately. Boom, 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 bodies fall over. I'm like, this is amazing. Thank you, Crips. And I dropped the stuff. So from then on, if I was getting chased by NPCs, I just rode to camp and he just killed them immediately. It was amazing. The guy is awesome.
He's even awesome against himself in a glitched out instance.
That could be your story.
That's one. I have a 2-parter then.
Okay.
Our camp was set up outside of Valentine, and the game was glitched out, typical Rockstar stuff. And our camp was on top of someone else's camp. So our Crips was basically sitting on their Crips' lap. So if you instigated them enough, they would just start fighting each other, the 2 Crips. but nobody would die. Like their hats would fly off and there'd be bullet wounds in it. So Fudd starts messing with their crypts a little bit, and then their crypts is like, wait a minute, this guy's hitting me. Fudd hit him like 400 times, like into punching him. And then
I
he just goes,
destroy it,
kills Fudd, and then goes back to fighting it. Like at one point,
One shots me, dude.
Either crypts were hiding on a different side of the same tree, shooting at each other.
It was so good.
But they were the exact same guy. It was hilarious. But what my actual story is not a story in the game necessarily, but us playing and talking in these cowboy voices till 3 a.m. I thought I'd been sick for like 2 weeks, but I eventually realized that it's just my sore throat is due to talking like a badass cowboy for so long every night.
Yeah, every day.
And my throat's been raw since the update came out and we started playing it.
Yeah.
And we can't stop.
I'll be at work and I'm accidentally find myself using that voice. It's terrible. Brett, how much overtime do you think you? Well, I'm looking around these. Like an hour. I'll be fine.
That was the beautiful part about Stinky. He had two different voices. he had his deep voice like that when he wanted to talk like a badass, or his crazy person high pitched voice where he's like, "I'm gonna get him," and he'd just run after people and start burning people alive.
The best is when like you'd be in a mission with a deep, intense voice, and like the second mission ended. That was great, everybody.
Or I would like throw a dynamite at people's feet and goes, "You're never gonna get me!" And I'd run. And Stinky never had a drink in his life, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Never
Ever
had a drink.
At least he never remembered that he had a drink. He killed himself often drinking.
Such a rich backstory.
It really was.
He's a real American hero.
Yeah,
The more time passes, we'll remember him as a greater and greater man.
absolutely. All right, let us do. We're very tired.
Let's do our emails.
So we have a couple emails here, folks. One is an update. If you remember, Rose Smith emailed us last week saying hi, and we all said hi back. So we have an update from Rose. I'm not going to read the whole thing, because Rose is a master sergeant apparently, and wants to give us her life funds in case she dies in war, and it's a scam. So yeah,
I'll take him.
okay, I'll forward it to you. But there you go. That's our update on Rose.
I thought that response was going to be, "What's up?" And then
Yeah,
another week
that'd
would
been
pass, and you'd have
amazing.
to say nothing, you, and then another week would pass.
It's pretty amazing because the like "nice to meet you" tagline is like copy pasted 8 times in a row. Pretty great.
Oh, big giveaway.
Yeah. But so yeah. Okay, there we go.
Are you guys going to retract your highs?
times.
Or?
So this could be a fun update. We have an email from Anne that says hi.
You're
So
going to want to also... Hi,
hi, Anne. Tune in next week. And then Laz.
Also Master Sergeant.
Laz sends an email. He says, hi. No. Question. Question from Laz. What is the scariest game you've ever played, and did you make it all the way through the game without having to shut the game off due to fear? Was the scariest game you've ever played, and did you make it all the way through?
Huh?
I don't play scary games.
Yeah, I don't really. I played, I think it was not one of the earlier Resident Evil games, but I didn't know.
They were actually jump scary and stuff.
Yeah, and I didn't know what it was when I started playing because I'd never heard of them, and I was like, nope, I'm good. So yeah, I didn't finish that one. And also, I didn't like the fact that like I'd move and then something pop out, and if I had to shoot, I'd just stop moving and then like awkwardly move my guy to shoot and then keep walking. It's like you're being chased and I have to stop running backwards to shoot. I didn't like it. What do you got, Russ?
I think I haven't like horror games. I've wanted to pick up like Dead Space and stuff like that. But the scariest experience that I've had in a game, centipedes shoot out of the old men's mouths to you.
Oh, Sonic 2.
biggest note moments I've ever had in a game where I saw it like it rips out of the guy's mouth and like tries to grab you, and I was like,
I'm out.
"Peace be unto you, my brothers.
Peace
I'm out of
be
here."
unto you. Did you have one, Reeb?
Yes.
What do you got?
No, not really. I don't really get. Like, I've played horror games and whatnot. I don't get scared. I just want to kill the thing that pops out at me. I'm just like, I've been caught off guard plenty of times where it does give a little jump scare. But if I'm I don't necessarily play those horror games all that much. But if I'm playing them, I just want to dominate my opponent. I don't like. It doesn't really scare me.
I get absolutely frightened.
I've had like chills in certain parts of certain games that are creepier, like walking up on the clan in Red Dead or some crazy shit in Red Dead in the swamp or something happening. That's chilling.
Yeah, there was some creepy stuff
But
there
nothing
for
that
sure.
would make me. The only thing that makes me stop playing a game, is if I don't like it.
Not even good.
Which I've stopped playing a lot of horror games that I've tried to get into. There's so many bad ones out there. There's a lot of good story type ones, but I guess that's just like the genre in general for movies and stuff. Horror, it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Nothing's made me turn it off. And that's not me like saying I'm a badass. I just don't get scared in a video game because I'm controlling it, I guess.
No, it's just, we said we were scared.
Good.
Now you're just throwing it in our faces. That's fine.
We were playing and we were in the swamp and it was raining, and so you pull out your lantern and all you can see around you is the raindrops as you're like walking through the swamp. Scary, but I could certainly
the last jump scare.
See that being freaky.
Yeah.
That's the last jump scare I've had in a game, is me walking through the swamp and there's not really any prompt of noise or anything, and getting eaten by an alligator in Red Dead.
Oh yeah.
Like I was kind of tired. I was playing, and all of a sudden that happened. So I was glad I wasn't streaming because I like jumped. I'm like, what the hell? I like was short of breath. I'm like, that shouldn't have affected me that much, but I did not expect that. I was just dead. That thing ate me.
That's awesome. All right. Well, that is our emails. If you'd like to ask us questions, please do so via the email, justsomegardens@gmail.com. You try to ask questions in the Discord, you can't, because
we'll be asking the questions, old man.
Question of the week is a thing we do here, folks, where we ask you, the listeners, a question in the Discord as a channel where you can then answer the question, where we will then read the answers out on the show. This last week's question was written by Gunbait. Do you want to read the question?
Yeah, let me bring it up here really quick.
I mean, you wrote it, and it's an amazing question.
Yeah. Gosh, I gotta jump back into the.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not high. All right, question of the week, and that is here. Question of the week: if you could Voltron with anybody, who in the gaming community would make up your arms and legs? These people are mounted by the butt. Literally, you wear them as shoes and gloves.
It's a similar human centipede type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
But it's all your appendages.
Mine would be a human centipede type thing.
Death X said Reeb, Ferg, Fudd, and Awful Falafel. Sentinel Dad said Gunbait and Clear Night.
Thank you. That's a
Thank you. Wicked Jester, he says, this is very in-depth, as he does for all of his answers.
Yes. I appreciate it.
Man at Arms for my left leg, because Peregrine Greaves. Dwyerfire 13 for my right, because he's also a Titan to give MMA company, and it's the only way I get to step on him in combat. Left arm would be Fudd, because it's the most direct connected to my heart. Aww. Oh. And Green-Eyed Music Lover on my right, because we besties, and she's got to be shoved up my hand for this. It better be the one I'm good with, or she's going to feel gypped.
My strong hand.
Take my strong hand.
Take my strong hand. Do you want some mashed potatoes? And then Nate Fu said, Bushman Bob and Kendo Gibbo from the Destiny Addicts podcast as my arms for dual wielding. We've never come across this on the podcast. I don't know if we want to use this word or not, but cannons. Man at Arms is the left knee. Sorry to steal that, but it's too damn perfect. And JC Jesse as my right vajankle. Good answers. Question of the week this week, I think. You had an idea you sent me earlier, right, Gunbait?
Oh, you didn't reply to me if you
I
approved
didn't.
it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, I had it.
Fudd. Come on.
This is awkward.
Yeah, there's awkward
okay.
pause
Twice
number
you
12.
at all.
Would you?
A valued person to him.
You what?
So I'm ignore that.
What's going on here?
What?
What'd you say, Russ?
Replies to one of your text messages at all, that means that you're a valued person to him.
It's true. Oh, here it is. Thank you for coming up with ideas, because I don't. Question of the week. If you could make one rule for a day and everyone had to abide by that rule, what would it be? This could be fun. Wicked, I'm looking at
awkward.
you. Yeah.
Awkward.
You could have a lot of fun with this.
I do actually. I'm working on some more question.
Oh, I was like, some more.
More
I was
days
like,
played out where you have
okay.
to tell people what to
Guys,
do for the whole day.
I
Like
am
7 days.
very fucking tired.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I have hit a
Okay.
wall.
You thinking Red Dead after this, though?
No, I gotta be up at 5 a.m.
I got to be up at
I'm
4:59.
going to be playing Red Dead after this.
There's a possibility. Well, maybe it's 2 o'clock.
Reeves like, oh, no.
I'm in a lot
These
of pain
guys
right now.
without jobs. Okay, I think, guys, that covered everything. Reeb, let's speed around all this stuff so we can go to bed. And so Russell can
Reebinit.
play. Yeah.
REEBINIT. Twitter, Twitch, your hearts, Instagram.
Bam. Russell.
He's a Taurus.
You can find me at drjex, that's JEX0725 on Twitter. Talk about the Wheel of Time, Dungeons and Dragons. So find me in the Discord, Jackal7250. The end. Oh, also every Sunday we play Dungeons and Dragons, but Brett hasn't streamed that for a long time.
Streamed the one shot like a week and a half ago.
Streamed our Western one shot. Also, because we're doing that again this week, right?
Oh, and look who's all of a sudden excited about me. That's cool.
I did about you.
What?
It was a blast, and I cannot wait to do it again.
I know, it did turn out really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be good for this week. There we go.
He says lying.
Gunbait.
Hey,
Hey, where you at?
I'm on Twitter at twitter.com/gunbait101. I'm also on Twitch at twitch.tv/gunbait101. And I'm just going to make a preemptive announcement. Stay tuned for next episode. Not just because our next episode is coming out, but there will be some announcements coming.
Fully naked.
Okay. Look out for
Oh,
next episode.
Are we doing the
folks.
show naked?
Yes.
Don't do it.
Next week, not this week. Okay, there goes the shorts again.
Not the shorts. I retract what I said. I apologize.
Thank you all for joining us for episode 83 of Just Some Gardens. We do the show where we're live. Twitch.tv/Just Some Gardens. Thursdays, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on Twitter at JCCast. Link to the Twitter's where you get in the Discord. There you can answer the question of the week. You can find us on justsomegardens@gmail.com. And as for myself, I'm ELMMERFUDD. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube at ELMMERFUDD Games. D. Someone take us out.
What?
I did it all. That's all
Just
that
some
matters.
guardians for mutual chaos and utter incompetency.
Nice.
I actually said it all. Look at me go.
Have you
So
ever
fast.
thought about becoming an auctioneer?
No.
No, I'd be too good for it.
Because, yeah, everyone else be out of a job.
I had
Also, you have to
put-
read it all on the fly and say it fast. I have that memorized. I can do that fast.
I had to put those kissing bears up because that tremor dick thing was too horrifying.
That was really horrifying.
I'm scrolling back.
Gosh, what else has happened in this?
Oh, a lot. That tremor dick is terrifying.
What the hell?
The weird one that I picked from the gift thing, you have to click on the link to look at it.
Oh no. Oh.
What is that? Who made like the old man with the leopard cup milk thing?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
the milk
What
piece
is
is the
that?
best.
Like, They got to be Russian.
Like, I seriously feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like,
Click on the link right below that I made. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
The
cool.
canned chicken one.
The
is,
canned chicken.
really
Oh
gets me.
God, Reeb. That's
Oh.
disgusting. Yeah, the canned chicken one's really good.
You can't see this on YouTube, guys.
No, you won't be able. You won't know what that says. All right, hey guys, thank you for hanging out. We're just ending the stream this week because we're all going to bed.
Yep.
Good night. Thank you all.
all of